Hi, I'm J.C. Sullivan. You're in the heart of one of the hearts of Irish Cleveland, Cam's Corner, and behind me is a P.J. McIntyre's pub, which I'm going to take you in and introduce you to a few very unique men who have been together for a long time and meet on a regular basis here, actually weekly. I asked Fran Kelly about that. He says, how do they find anything to talk about every week? Well, they do. They're Irish. They have no problem with dialogue. And they're good guys. Been meeting a long, long time. Went to school with some of them down the street, St. Vincent de Paul neighborhood. And I'll take you down there later and show you around the neighborhood that we used to live in. But now let's go inside and meet the guys. Yeah, a good-looking group of guys, except for him.
There's always one in inner.
My name is Roger Fallon. I'm from Castlebar, County Mayo, Ireland. I come to PJ McIntyre's 3-4 times a week because the food here is delicious. And I know all my friends are here.
What do you know about those Westies back there at that table?
Well, they're all St. Edward's supporters, football supporters. And my two grandsons played for St. Edward's, so they're all friends of mine. And my best buddy is beside me, Pat O'Donnell.
Well, we're going to talk to Pat in a moment. Yeah. Okay, now this will probably be seen in Ireland. Anybody want to say hello to in Ireland?
Yeah, I got a lot of family in Castlebar. They're Creshams and Fallons. They're all first cousins.
All right. Thank you for your time.
I beg your pardon?
Thank you for your time today.
I know the drill. This one.
You wait on these guys every week, is that right?
I do.
Introduce yourself.
My name's Jessica.
And what can you tell me
Well,
about? Have the police been in here?
Several times. I've bailed them out of jail a few times. But, yeah, something different. I know their orders. They're good guys, for the most part.
Is it supposed to be one? Yeah, they were talking about Hey, come on, what? This is for Pat. Tell me that you.
All right.
Third base.
My name is, best third baseman that ever, yes. A game I never understood when I came to America. But my name is John O'Boyle. My family immigrated from County Mayo in 1951. My father came in 50 and then came back and brought us. Me and my brother Pat, the Pie Man, and my brother Jimmy. We settled in and went to school at St. Vincent de Paul, and after that went to the mighty St. Edward Eagles. After that I worked in local 310 as a laborer, and after that worked as a plumber and worked myself to be a master plumber, and ended up being lucky enough to be a boss at the county. These guys sitting around the table here, I've been friends with for 50 years, some of them longer. Down the office, they're not here yet, but Joe Ginley, you know, them guys, 50 years, longer than 50.
Well, John, there's something unique about friends being friends that long and meeting on a weekly basis. Tell me what draws you to do this each week.
I suppose it's just actually the neighborhood we grew up in, and we're all Irish. And our people in Ireland all come from within 20 miles of each other.
There's something special about this neighborhood, wasn't there?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You know,
can you try to define it?
I suppose it started in St. Vincent de Paul. When we came out of church, it was like being in Ireland. There was so many Irish out standing behind church, all talking like they did it, like they would do at home in Ireland. Nobody left. Everybody stood outside and talked. And you know, went on from there. Hang on a minute.
All right. I know TV's in front. Your classmate awaits you.
Okay, JC, what do you want?
Hi, buddy. Tell us who you are. Tell us a little bit about you. All right.
Well, everything John said was the same thing. I was right with him the whole way.
I've been looking out for him.
Mention you're his brother.
You been a plumber as well?
No, I'm an electrician, retired, Local 38, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers.
I went to St. Vincent.
St. Vincent de Paul, was in the top 1% of my class. We have a conflict of interest over there. And then went to St. Edward High School, and then went to trade school at Max Hayes, also in 1% of my class, in the top of the class.
And you were in the Army.
I was in the Army, 63 to 65. Retained the rank of corporal, and was at West Point for a year, and I was in South Korea for a year.
How you doing? I'm Mike McIntyre, born in Cleveland, Ohio, baptized in St. Coleman's, raised in St. Ignatius, went to St. Ignatius grade school, did a couple of years at St. Edward's High School, finished at West Tech. I'm an Army veteran. I am a member of Plumbers Local 55, retired just a year ago. I enjoy this luncheon with my friends. We've known each other, seems like generations. We come up all the time, discuss the affairs of the world. And it's...
Hi, my name is Joe Kinley. I'm born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. I went to St. Vincent de Paul School, went to John Marshall High School. I worked for Cleveland Public Power for 35 years. And that's about all I can tell you right now, but everything is great. Okay.
You're a military vet also, aren't you?
Pardon?
You're a military veteran, right?
I'm a military, but I was two years in the military from 1960 to 1962.
And that was
Okay.
Army, was it?
Army. I was in the Army.
Where'd you get stationed?
I was stationed in Hawaii. Stationed in Hawaii. Right.
I'm Joe Kilbane, the ninth child of Sia and Brian Kilbane of County Mayo. I'm born in Cleveland, Ohio. I went to St. Coleman's, St. Edward's, John Carroll. I practice as a CPA. I'm a Vietnam veteran. I've known these guys all my life. It seems that my brother Marty was a plumber and my other brothers were pipe fitters. So I grew up with these guys, and it seems like we just mingle together. That's it.
Tell me, what's special about getting together each week with these guys? It's very unusual for men who friends this long.
If you got to realize, boils when they're bullshit, you never get enough of it.
Deleted.
Because
enhance that.
Well, me and John, we attend all of St. Edward's football, basketball, wrestling games, and we just hang out with a group of us, and we have a good time. And our wives all complain, especially mine.
Just yours, Joe.
We're on West 127th Street off Lorraine Avenue. This kind of neighborhood that most of the guys you're going to meet later will grow up in. Here's the home the Sullivans lived in before we moved east. Kilbane's lives right next door to us. Pat Kilbane and his wife Ann, they were from Ireland. Manicki's lived across the street. When you have a paper route, you get to know a lot of the people who are on the street that you may not otherwise know. Mickles lived over here. My brother Roger delivered the newspaper to him free because his dad had died, had been a fireman, and the story was he fell off a fire truck. Bobby and Kenny Myers lived over here. They both had beautiful bicycles and a very nice basement. Gundy's lived over here on the left. Johnny Amato lived up the street a bit on the right hand side. He was born in Sicily. Told me about Mount Etna. Pat O'Boyle and Johnny O'Boyle lived right up the street here. You see that red fence? Well, their house was there, where the dad built the house. Rich Masterson lived up here on the right. Billy Mayer lived down to our right here. It's the way we used to walk to school every day. I served Mass in the morning. I walked up here in the morning and served Mass and came back home, had breakfast, and went back to school. But you know, the neighborhood has remained quite stable. Well, you can see some homes that are not properly taken care of, but for the most part, it's remained a good neighborhood. Tom Brooks lived over here on the left. He married Mary Ellen O'Malley. Well, I think this might be 130th where Tom Brooks lived. Yeah, this was the street. Yeah, many of us may have even walked home for lunch. I don't really recall. Loftus family lived over here on the right. We backed up to the park. We're on Berea Road right now, and it splits off down here to the left, and we go straight, of course. The Stefansons lived over here on the left. I had a major crush on B, who was in my classroom. I understand she married Jerry Kelly, who passed away recently. And here we're coming up to Lorraine Avenue, and where St. Vincent de Paul Grade School is located. This is West 134th Street looking south. My friend Jack Erb lived down there on the left with his brother Ken, Jeff, Norm, and his widowed mother. And behind these trees we can see the rectory. Monsignor Flanagan, Father Blair, and Father Horst were here when I attended school. Monsignor Flanagan paused in a 40 hours procession in church one day. My sister Mary Jo with the red hair and freckles was at the end of the pew. And he walked over and he tweaked her nose and told her she was cute, and then proceeded on. Many memories of good memories, I will say. We left here halfway through the 7th grade. Sisters of St. Joseph taught here. I had Sister Gregory, Sister Emmanuel, Sister Victoria, and in 7th grade, boys and girls were split into 2 separate classrooms, all boys in one and all girls in the other. I'm standing where Reliable Drugstore used to be, looking at St. Vincent de Paul Church and school.
Tell me when. Okay, I'm Mike McIntyre, first generation. My mother was from Glenaskell, Ackle Island. My father was from Tremor. That's up from Newport, both Mayo. I've known these guys, I would say a minimum 50 years. Most of them a little bit longer than that.
How was it that the group began to get together on a regular basis?
Well, some of us have always known each other. John O'Boyle over there was a plumber. I was a plumber. Joey Cobain, I know as a kid. His brother Marty was a plumber. A lot of it is between the trade. Mr. Loftus next to me started out as a plumber, then was a fitter, and numerous other things.
Unnamed other things?
And unnamed other things, and some we can name. All right, I'll give it to Mr. Loftus so he can get even with me. Donnie, you're up.
Donnie, you're up.
Hi, my name's Don Loftus.
Look over here at the camera.
Okay. Don Loftus. I'm first generation Irish. My mother's from Tundergee, County Mayo. My father's from Ballina, County Mayo, Ireland. I'm one of 3 children. I went to school with these guys. I know these guys for over
50 years.
50 years.
More than 50.
More than 50 years. And still call them the best of friends. It's a pleasure to be around these guys, and they are true friends. And with that, I give you Joe Kilbane.
Before you pass the mic, your dad's name and your mother's name?
My father was John Loftus, and my mother was Celia Gallagher.
Okay, and pass it back this way.
Back to me?
Yeah, give me your parents' names.
My father was Tom McIntyre from Tremor. My mother was Beatrice Masterson from Glenaskell, Ackle Island.
Okay, you go down.
I'm Joe Kilbane.
Joe, hold that down a little lower.
A little lower?
You see your face. He wants to see you.
Oh, he wants to see me. I'm first generation American. My father comes from Mayo, as did my mother. Both of them were from Mayo. Barney Kilbane and Celia Corrigan. Corrigan. And I'm originally from St. Coleman's. I had the unfortunate to meet these guys along somewhere in my lifetime. I probably met them. In fact, I'm positive I met them in the bar somewhere.
Back in the different day.
Those were different days when our whole social life was centered around the bar, and then we had of course, I always had a softball team too.
I was a star player.
Oh, this guy right next to him was my third baseman. He made the all-ISO team. That was based on how much capacity to drink. But that's about all.
Yes, my name is John O'Boyle. I immigrated from Ireland in 1951. My father is Jim O'Boyle. My mother is Bridget O'Boyle. My father is from Lechimahara in County Mayo, and my mother is from Treembeg, County Mayo. My father immigrated to this country in 1950, and then he came back and brought us over in 1951, in April. Took us 6 days to cross the ocean in those days on the ocean liner. Arrived in New York, and our eyes were as big as saucers. It was an amazing place. It's hard to believe a place like that existed. You're 13 years old looking at New York. Then we flew to Cleveland and enrolled in St. Vincent de Paul in 134th and Lorraine. And one of the first guys I met was my good friend Donnie Loftus. Came over to check him out. Him and Bill Chambers and a few others. And Bill Chambers, I can remember, said we could stay in this country if we'd give him $1 a day, which we thought was a great deal.
I went from St. Vincent de Paul to St. Edward's High School, best high school in the world. And then from there, I got into the building trades. First, I was in 310, and after 310 laborers, I got into the plumbers, and from there, everything went very well. Ended up with the county, and I became the foreman there, and that even got better.
Tell them how many narrowbacks you
When you go back to Ireland, I was kidding with these guys that the way you judge your success to my relatives in Ireland was they would say, how many narrowbacks do you have working for you? That's the more you had. But anyway, that's about the story of that thing.
Your brother Patrick isn't here today.
No.
He has an unusual nickname.
Yes, the pie man. Yeah. When we were kids in Ireland, my brother Jimmy, learning to talk, and he was called Paddy then, like they all are at home. My brother would try to pronounce Paddy, and it would come out pie. And I started saying it, and it came across the ocean, and everybody in this country calls him. My kids even, all call him Uncle Pie, and the name is stuck to him like glue.
You have a nickname,
Huh?
You have a nickname in the family.
No, John O'Boyle. That's enough.
You never hung one on.
Well, Mrs. Amato, one of the only Italians in our neighborhood, couldn't pronounce my name, so she used to call me John O'Bolio. And some of the guys still call me Obley or John O'Boyle, right? But John O'Bolio was my Italian. Remember Mrs. Amato, Donnie? She used to call me that? Yeah.
Absolutely, Johnny O'Boyle.
Yeah.
John Amato's mother.
Exactly, John Amato's mother, right?
And
Nympha and Josephine.
Yeah. They school there when they were baking bread.
Right. Yeah.
Tomatoes from their garden.
Yeah.
Didn't get any better than that.
Yeah, I see Nympha once in a while. She comes to the reunions we have out at the Irish American Club, for the Lorraine Avenue reunion. And really, that's it. You know, now I'm retired the last 13 years and still hanging around with the same guys. I ain't got tired of them yet.
Same story.